Oh, welcome back, Dungeoneer. I was worried you have dozed off right when things were about to get good. In our last session, Lookdown woke early in the morning to find prisoners in the dungeon who had begged him to be freed. Lookdown, confused and angered, approached Marth about this and why the men were locked away. Marth replied that some people in the world wish to do harm to others and deserve to be locked up because of this. Seeing this, Lookdown didn't fully understand his methods, but Marth brought him to meet Penelope, a young prisoner that had been transferred from an encampment in Bilms. Penelope stated that there were more children just like her, being sold as slaves daily, and pled with the party to help her. With no dispute, the party agreed to lend assistance, and Marth, knowing that they'd need provisions for a long adventure through Petovia, used the Book of Na Turuna to levitate the castle to Verlight Gardens. In miraculous fashion, the enchantment worked, and the party was in Verlight in no time at all. However, after the strenuous amount of time he had spent carrying the castle, Marth collapsed from exhaustion. Pivid took Marth back to the castle to look over him while the rest of the party explored Verlight. While idling, Pivid read the beginning chapters of an old leather-bound book that had ended up being Solyet's diary. Just as Pivid finished reading the early years of Solyet's life, he was greeted by a luminescent glow from under Marth's bed. This was the shine of the Olivianum stone, a piece of equipment used by mages long ago to communicate from long distances. When Pivid answered the stone, he was met with a familiar, deep voice of Captain Rel, who had questioned Pivid where Solyet was and the status of her projects. With undeniable quick wit, though, and a bit of sass, Pivid quelled the captain's suspicions. Well done, Pivid. While Pivid held things down at the castle, Max made a formal substitution for him in Verlight. Max had the party begin exploring Verlight, and much to their surprise, found it to be well taken care of, despite Petovia's ruined state. However, the only inhabitant they found in the whole area was a young girl, 11 years of age, and by the name Colette. She initially fled from Thames, claiming he was a monster, but quickly calmed down when Alice showed her a puppet that had once belonged to her. Colette apologized and expressed her concern to the party, saying that her grandfather had been taken by monsters that come to her house every night. Colette made food for the party and asked Lookdown and Max to take baths, as they both smelled horribly. Lookdown used the well outside to clean his face, and as he wiped away the dead skin and mud caked on his face, he began to see reminiscent traces of experiments done to him in the past. Seeing himself for what truly was the first time sent him into a heavy, emotional state. Max, however, used the indoor bathtub to clean himself up. His relaxation was cut short when a door leading to an office opened up on its own. Max cautiously walked in and found the office belonged to Colette's grandfather, Rudolph. Unlike the rest of the house, it seemed the office hadn't been used in countless years. In the meantime, Pivid and Marth found out that the prisoners had escaped by using a broken shackle belonging to Lookdown as a lockpick. The two were able to track down the jailers and return two of them. However, Bophades was horribly consumed by a monster before he could be detained. This monster, which could traverse light soil, made a beeline directly to Verlight Gardens. The party met up once more to battle the mud-like creature and defeat it. Marth, in slight disbelief, thought it'd be the last prisoner of the four jailers. But what caused him to transform into a hideous creature, he wondered. He hadn't time to think on it, though, as Max had been spotted out by Colette, who screamed at him for trespassing in her grandfather's office. Max was quickly removed from the situation and back in the castle. Thames and Pivid made a formal apology and agreed to help Colette find her grandfather. They both of them asked to see Rudolph's office in order to search for clues of his disappearance. After a period of indecision, Colette reluctantly gave the two access to the office. Timms found out, however, despite the office being unused, that the grandfather's clothes were still being washed. Pivot found articles of newspapers on the ground dated back 60 years from the current time. Pivot didn't come across any clues, however, while reading Rudolph's notes, and did come across an entry, though, from Rudolph talking about the Herbetian girl named Belle. With several questions, Timms and Pivot returned to the living room, only to find that Colette had fled the house through her bedroom window. Is Colette hiding something? And will the party find her grandfather? Let's find out together.
My name is Keen Decker, and I'm here to invite you to an evening not like most others. An evening where 4 streamers are pitted up against one another in hopes for fame and fortune. Will one streamer rise to the top and unlock fortunes like no other? Or will they all fall victim to the horrors of Marth's Dungeon? All right. Hello and welcome, Dungeoneers. How are we doing this evening? Oh, Dungeoneers! Welcome back to Marth's Dungeon. I hope you're excited for tonight's episode. Am I gonna?
And what if I was?
What if I wasn't ready for tonight's episode? How about that?
Here it is, just being awkward for everybody.
All right, everybody laugh at Josh right now. That was incredibly cringe. Well, I figure out everything and get the music back on. Okay, thank you very much. All right, let me get this music going. Perfect. We are going to start off with look down in just outside of the headmaster's quarters here. You've been staring at this well for quite some time, in quite a dilemma, and in somewhat of a shock. And a lot of time has kind of passed you by without you necessarily really acknowledging it or noticing. And a single ripple falls in the well, and you see Serviad Daniels appear in front of you, and he says, "Listen, champ, I know it's probably not the best time, but I remembered something that... something that was bothering me. It was racking my brain, and I felt like I had heard the word, or rather the name, Rudolph. It was Stippens, right? Rudolph Stippens. I've heard that name before, and I thought to myself, how could that be possible? Until I remembered it was about perhaps maybe 50 years ago or so. You were just a child, just a baby. I do remember there being one Rudolph Stippens in the dungeon. Very, very sweet, pleasant old man. He always smiled at all the prisoners that would come in, always seemed so full of hope, and just lit up the room every time he came back inside. He died, look down. He died a long time ago. He was one of the prisoners that I remember latching onto life for probably the longest that I had seen up until you. And, it seemed like he was hanging on to something, hanging on to some sort of hope. So I don't know, I it can't be the same Rudolph Stippens, I wouldn't think. I mean, if it were so, how could that even be true? Anyways, I'm sorry to bring this up now. I don't mean to push anything else on you.
Why are you bringing this up to me?
Well, it's a bit troubling. I just have a strange feeling about this girl. She claims to be his granddaughter, but if that's the same man, he was gone a long time ago. How could she even be here? It just defies all logic. I don't understand it. I feel like this Colette girl knows more than she's letting on. That's all. And he kind of disappears.
What should I...
Schizophrenia ain't helping you here.
Schizophrenia can't give you all the answers, boy.
Only most of them.
What would you like to do, Look Down? Are you gonna stay outside for a bit longer, or you did kind of in your just absence staring into the well, see a couple things go by and not really think about them, but you did see the rest of the party go inside into the headmaster's quarters, and they've been in there for a little while now.
Alrighty, I suppose I'll slowly make my way over to the door.
Okay,
and
perfect.
inside.
Perfect. So you make your way in and join up with the rest of the party. And just give me 1 second to load all these sweet, sweet assets. Look Down as you kind of walk in. You see Alice just kind of leaning up against the wall. She's just been kind of chilling out here for a while, just watching things as they go down. And you see an open door just to your right, and through the door you kind of hear a couple of people just kind of shuffling and talking.
I just walk to the door, just kind of... Like, I look over to acknowledge Alice, and that's about it, and then I walk to the door.
Yo. Perfect.
No, I don't say yo. I don't even say anything to her. I just look over in that direction.
Gives the riz there.
He's got the look.
It's like...
Map down a bit, King.
What's that, sir?
Can you just scroll the map down a bit so you can see?
Yes. Oh, it's not following that. I am a fool. I am a fool.
Got him.
There we go.
There we go.
There it is.
There we are, everyone. Sorry about the inconvenience. Look Down. You walk up to the door, and how do you do it? Do you just kind of walk normally?
Yeah, I just kind of walk and just stand in the doorway.
You walk up to the doorway right as Pivid and Thames are having a conversation about the room's state, and you just kind of catch like the tail end of the conversation, and it seems that they're talking about Colette.
Gotcha. I'm actually just gonna stand there wordlessly, looking in through the door.
Perfect.
Well, there's nothing more for us in here, I believe. We should probably head outside. See if we can find a trail out there. See if we can get more answer. Hi! Look down.
Where...
Standing there.
Don't know. Where Colette?
She went out of her bedroom window, as far as we can tell, while we were investigating her grandfather's study. We haven't seen her since.
She mentioned that she was going to some kind of hiding space I don't know.
Can I look around the room to find a hiding space?
Sure. Would you like to look around the living room, or the other?
Oh no, her room.
Okay, sure.
Room they're in.
Sure. You walk into the door here, and inside, and do an observation check for me.
The first time Look Down's ever tried to do anything. Thank goodness my observation's good. That's still only an 8.
An 8. Fair enough. You look around the room, and it seems like a pretty, just kind of normal, child's room. Very, very well kept. The toys are all kind of stacked in the chest. There's just like a couple playing cards on the desk, and you do see that the window is open to the outdoors. You do also see a couple of scratch marks on the rug.
I checked the scratch marks,
Sure.
I guess.
You look at the scratch marks, and it seems like they were kind of clawed by a small hand, a small human hand.
I lift the rug up.
Perfect. You lift the rug up and move it slightly off to the side to
Oh shit.
Oh.
reveal a small little latch under the rug. Where can I put this rug? Oh god.
I also enjoy the fact that y'all could hear me wherever I go because you just hear chains rattling the entire time.
Just hear the, like furious rattling of chains. Pivot's gonna kind of creep up to the doorway.
Perfect. Creep over to the doorway and look inside.
Tim's will just walk normally to the doorway.
Take twice as long to get there.
Alice, what would you like to do?
Also go towards the doorway.
Pog, pog, pog.
Why is everyone going towards the doorway?
What's in the door?
We're getting our
past
revenge
this
on Look
doorway?
Down. We're looking in on him this time.
Oh no, wait. This is weird now.
We three kings.
And I guess I try to open up the latch.
Perfect. You go to open up the latch to the small door here, and it opens up just fine, actually. There are a couple of like small provisions inside, as well as like some furniture down there, and that's pretty much it. A couple of toys as well stashed down there. It doesn't really seem like there's anybody actually there.
Oh,
Find something. Look down.
I found hole in ground.
Pivot's gonna walk over and look as well.
Perfect. And give an observation check as well.
Or- That went on the floor.
Person.
13.
13. Same kind of thing. You look down through the hole and you see furniture,
weird.
toys, food. Very dark. But it kind of seems like this would be somewhere that somebody would definitely be hiding out.
Right.
I hop down.
Perfect.
Whoa.
It's relatively It's relatively shallow. Is just enough room for you to kind of get down there and hang out. And like the door to the latch to the door is kind of like just meeting your head. It seems like it was made for children.
Cool.
What was that?
Looking for coal.
Colette?
Yes.
Hmm. You think she's down there, or?
I just kind of look up and give a shrug.
Now we must find the hiding room in the hiding room.
And I look for a second room in the secret room.
The hole in the hole.
The hole within the hole.
Give another observation check really quick. Look down while you're down there.
Okay. Much better. That's an 18.
Ooh.
That's 10 better than the first one.
Wow.
Right?
There seems to be nothing else down there, really, in all honesty. You look around the room, and it seems like it hasn't been used for a decent while. Like, it's relatively musty down there, but it doesn't seem like it's not necessarily been abandoned. It's like that's been abandoned. And kind of as you look around, you look up, and just the corner of the rug kind of is flopping over the open hole, and you see a really, really old bloodied handprint.
I point to the rug so Pivot can see me.
Rug? And Pivot's gonna crouch down and, like, pull the rug back.
Perfect. You pull the rug back, and it does seem to be just like a larger handprint, bloodied for a pretty long time. It seems like it's been on here, and it just hasn't been cleaned. And it was kind of haphazardly dragged. Whoever put the handprint on it haphazardly dragged the rug back over the latch.
Also, I'll jump out of the pit.
Do I generally get an idea of how old this blood is, or is it just very old?
You can tell that it's pretty old. Yeah, it seems like it's been there for a decent while. Not like necessarily a couple weeks, couple months, but it's been there for years for sure.
Gotcha.
And you, as you're kind of just hanging out in the room here, you do hear, just a very distant, scream, feminine scream, from way, way off.
Max, we need to find him.
Oh no. Oh god. I hate you.
Oh fuck. Is the window open, you said?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd just jump out the window.
Okay. You go woof right through the window. Perfect.
But I do like the super cool run, scrunch your body up to like go through it, hit the ground, do a roll, except it's not graceful whatsoever.
Beautiful.
But it does the
chains
job.
Are hanging out the window.
Yeah, it gets like slightly caught on like the window frame. You're like,
Tam's just gonna go run over to the bathroom to go finally get Max's clothes,
perfect.
and then I'll run out the front door.
Beautiful.
Pivot all
I'm
out
gonna
of the
go
door.
outside the window.
Also, just as a player, where's Penelope?
She is back in the castle. She got taken back in the
Okay.
castle from Thames.
Gotcha.
Yep. Alice, you said you're going out the window as well.
Also going out the window.
Okay.
Yes!
Perfect. Ooh.
We're best friends now.
Pivot, would you like to go out the window as well?
Fuck no. Dude, go like a normal person.
Beautiful. Let me open up.
There was a scream. We have to act quick.
Right? I actually have a goal right now.
The reasons why I should not go out the window. The window is right there. And may
It
as
just
well
seems
go.
closer.
And as you are running outside as well, Marth comes up to the doorway, and you kind of... Oh, you're over here.
The guardian.
You're over here. Let's see. There's Thames. Grab Thames here. Grab Pivot. And look down. Why do I have had like the hardest time finding look down's token in particular? He's always hidden.
He's
Like
never
great
looking in the
stealth
right
check.
direction.
Marth runs up to the door, kind of in a panic, and he's out of breath from kind of just running really quickly, like maybe like 50 feet. And he looks at you all and he goes, "Oh my God, I think it was a goblin. It grabbed, oh my God, it grabbed Colette and it ran into the maze with her."
Well, I suppose we're heading to the maze then.
Take these, and I hand him Max's clothes.
What's this? Oh, ugh.
I'm not keeping this on me.
And Marth like nods his head and he's like, yeah, okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
And I just go to the maze.
Yeah,
I'm running.
it's straight for it.
Still running.
I'm going at the fastest Thames speed, which is a solid 40 feet when dashing, I think, if dash is a thing.
yes, dash is a thing. Running
Yeah.
fast as fuck.
I feel like I just kind of run like on like pseudo all fours. But like that's just my brain wishing I was part gorilla.
You run like a werehog.
I'm imagining he's like skittering around like General Grievous out of Star Wars.
Yes.
Like disjoints his arms.
And my toolkit is like acting weird, so I don't have access to like any of my. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So you run into the maze. Who wants to take the lead?
Yo.
Perfect. Look down takes
See, that was
the
the
lead.
player saying yo, not look down.
No, look down, said you.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Who would like to be behind? Sort of look down. Open up the next map here.
I'm going to take the last position, 1 to protect, and 2 because I think I naturally move at that pace. So
Yeah.
It'll be second to last. Hey, who the fuck is that guy?
Oh shit!
I got a Mexican.
he's here. He's everywhere.
He never
Why is he
stops.
here?
He will not cease. Okay, Pivot's taking the second to last position here. You're actually almost all in position. Perfect, except Max was somewhere just lurking. So
He's always watching.
you enter the maze, and it's beautiful in here. It is all marble flooring. There are, I would say, probably about 10 feet in the air, stone walls surrounding you everywhere, with hedges popping out from the top of them. All, yes, yet again, being very well maintained. And look down. As you come through, you see that there are 2 different directions you can go in, and a wooden sign with words that you can't really read on them in front of you.
I guess I just try to focus on where the sound's coming from, if they're still coming.
The sounds you actually you don't hear them anymore.
Shit.
You do not.
I guess I'll just step forward and look left and right.
Perfect. Step forward. You look to the left here, and you can see that there is it just goes to 2 different corners and seems to trail off in each direction.
Pivot, we need to find that door.
Yes.
There
You
is
said-
there is a sign with a door right in front of you here.
No, Pivot's actually gonna like walk up to the sign to try and inspect it, see if we can see what it means. So,
Perfect. You walk up to the sign here.
I just kind of silently watch you look at whatever you're looking at.
You look at the sign, and it says simply password.
looking directly at the sign, Pivot will say Stippins.
And as you say Stippins, the door opens right up for you all.
Oh.
Holy shit! Let's go.
And that's what good
that was easier
investigation
than I
can show. Would anybody like to step inside?
I just kind of
yeah.
look at Pivot.
Pivot just looks at look down. Well, preferably I would not like to go head first into danger.
Gentlemen, may I remind you that there is potentially a child dying.
I go through. I mean, I go through like halfway through whatever Thames was saying. Whereas a follow up to Pivot.
Perfect.
I was like confused because I'm just like you just talked to this thing and a thing opened up. The fuck is happening?
Magic.
Yeah, absolutely
I'll go second.
flabbergasted. You'll go second.
Yeah,
Perfect.
just
Yeah.
don't know what a sign is. The fuck?
Thames, would you like to go through Pivot?
Yes, Pivot.
Perfect.
I'll go through.
Yeah, kind of as you walk through, look down, you see a couple of different directions you can go. You can either go straight forward, you can go off to the left, or off to the right.
Or it looks like a hallway, so I'm just gonna walk forward.
Perfect.
Not like at a fast speed, but like at a slow speed.
Nice and slow speed, just investigating things.
Well, also in case anybody tries to yell at me to not go that way, you know.
Everybody just
Slow.
watches.
What is he doing?
Where is he going?
And
Pivot's gonna take a quick peek down that left corner.
perfect. Let me give you some light here, Pivot. Perfect. Oh, it's got to cut through the fog. I don't know why I didn't have your token in here. Perfect.
It was Max.
So you start walking down the left here, and you just kind of see a big ice wall in a circle, like a circular ice wall that seems to be kind of blocking the way forward. And straight through here, you see a small lever.
Pull the lever.
I will not do that. Not at the moment, at least.
And Pivot, as you kind of slightly just walk away from the group, you have a very, very uneasy feeling. You feel like you see something out of the corner of your eye.
Pivot's gonna like try to snap his head towards it.
You snap your head around, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Perfect.
I keep going forward.
You walk forward, look down into a... actually, I'm going to reveal it all to you here. As you kind of walk in, it lights up.
Oh shit.
Where's my reveal-y tool? Come on, you. Or I could just
Not
use the
there.
look
Walks in,
down.
immediate flashbang.
Oh my.
You walk
Oh my
in
god.
to a gigantic open room that seems to be what kind of looks like the end of the maze, or where most kind of tourists are kind of attracted to, just like the ending. And would the rest of you like to follow him?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were like halfway through a sentence.
No.
and I
Sorry.
thought-
I went to go take a sip of hot chocolate. You're good.
Gotcha. No, I would. I'd be like, do I know Pivot's name?
Yes.
Okay, I would. Pivot.
Yes? Pivot will walking.
More things.
Oh, more signs. Wonderful.
Signs.
I'll look at the hallway to the right.
Perfect. You kind of walk off a little bit into the hallway off to the right here. Let me give you some lights. And you see it kind of just opens up to an even broader and bigger area of the maze.
Yeah, seeing that, I'm gonna turn around.
Beautiful. I wonder why you do that. Alice, what would you like to do?
Go to the left.
Go to the left? Okay. You go to
Oh,
the
boy.
left and separate just a little bit from the party. And you feel like you just... There's something watching you. Something just... That ever-lurking presence that just seems to be kind of harping on you as you're walking by. And you feel like you see something out of the corner of your eye.
Say out loud. I don't see you. Then we'll walk back to the group. I just think of like the SpongeBob, like somebody's trying to sell me something.
Yeah, you see a little
you,
creature
Zangos.
jump behind a rock. And yes, you all walk into this gigantic room with a fountain at the end of it. A bunch of colored squares with signs on each and every single one of them. And it just, yeah, it seems like it's some kind of maze inside of a maze.
I'm amazed.
Wow.
Pivot's
Thank you.
gonna try to walk forwards.
Okay, pivot. Where would you? Right where you are here. Gonna walk forward.
Yeah, just like one tile forwards.
You go to walk forward and, kunk, your head hits a glass wall that's directly in front of you.
Mm.
I walk forward.
You walk forward, and kunk, your head hits a glass wall that's directly in front of you.
Go a little bit more to the left and walk forward.
You walk forward and, kunk, you walk right into a glass wall.
Can I hit the glass wall that's to my top right with my hammer?
Right here. You
Yeah.
want to hit the glass wall? Okay. You hit the glass wall, and it comes crashing and shattering to the ground. And it kind of opens up the tile for you.
Okay, I'll continue doing that as far as I can go.
Wait. Hold on. We know. What was it that the notebook said? What? The Civilonian? Is what it said? The Guardian of the Maze? I don't know if it would be wise to keep breaking things within the grounds if we're being watched.
Every second we spend dilly-daddling, they potentially are dying, though.
True.
While they're talking, I put my hand against the glass and then continue left and just hold my hand there.
Like, kind of walking to the left.
Yeah, just
And gliding
like,
it along.
kind of. Yeah, not in a like I'm trying to figure it out way, just in a quizzical. How far does this invisible wall go?
You hold your hand to the glass wall and you continue walking to the left more and more and more and more, all the way down to the end here. It all seems like it's just pure glass.
Stuck.
Pivot's gonna try to read the signs through the wall.
Okay, which one would you like to read? You want to read
We'll read the left one first.
this one here? Okay. So you... Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I kept thinking that it just hit me now that those are black tiles. I thought it was tiles that were like gone and there was nothing underneath
I see where your confusion would be.
Void
Yeah.
tiles.
them. Yeah, that's why
Whoa!
it just clicked. I was like, oh.
You, Pivot, you look at the sign, and it simply says, right or up.
Is there space to pass underneath the sign?
I'm sorry?
Is there space to pass
Yes.
underneath the sign?
Yep.
Okay. Pivot's gonna try to walk forward into that square.
Perfect. So you walk forward, there's no glass wall, you step right onto the tile. And, everything seems fine, nothing happens.
Can I read the other ones? The other signs?
You gotta say it like that.
Yeah, sure. You want to go to this one here? This one...
Yeah, sure. Anyways, so you wanted to read a sign?
You look at the sign, Alice, and it says simply left, forward, or right.
Okay, I want to read the other one.
You walk up to the red tile, and it says forward or left.
That's all I want to do. I don't want to take a step on one.
Perfect. Thames, what are you up to? You still smashing glass?
He's just gonna fucking bulldoze through the walls.
I'm gonna go full like excavator mode on this.
Okay, perfect. You walking up to this this next tile here?
Yep,
This one
I
here.
got my work boots on. You can't do too much damage to my feet.
Thames, you walk up to this tile and you step on it, and just like it's the craziest thing that seems to be happening to you. You go shoop, and you flip right back, and you roll an observation check for me.
Okay, hold on. Gotta get my D20 out.
Wow, unprepared much?
Wow.
Sorry.
For some reason, I have all my dice but my D20 out.
Bruh.
Whoever used the D20 for anything ever? It's like the D8 of dice.
That is a 14.
You just once you kind of feel like this strange presence just around you, and a small little grunt from what seems to be right in your ear. Right, just to your right, in your right ear.
What is the point of putting glass if they are going to have an invisible shunting magic acting as the walls? And I'll go with pivot.
Perfect.
They likely wouldn't want to, disorient visitors just for walking into the wall. I believe the magic
Hitting their
would be for
face on glass is
intruders.
better.
Yes. Pivot's gonna try to walk right.
Perfect. You walk up to the right, and nothing happens. Everything's great.
And then he's gonna try to walk up.
I'll just take the same path pivot's taken.
Up, and everything seems a-okay.
What's the
I'm gonna
sense?
follow behind, I guess. Confused.
Perfect.
Except I'm gonna start where Thames, right behind Thames.
Okay.
So, we don't, so when he moves, I'm not gonna start. I'm
Yeah,
gonna, yeah,
you get right on top of Tenz's back.
Just like jump on him like a backpack.
Where would you like to go next? Sir
What
Pivot.
is the sign? So just left or right?
Yep, it says left or right.
Hmm. I could go up a bit so I can see the rest.
Yep, yep.
I'm gonna try left.
Okay, you go to the left, and everything seems, yeah, perfectly fine. Thames, you kind of step forward and look down. You fall along the little poker line.
It's going to go up.
Okay. You go up. Everything seems fine.
So the signs just keep saying where the next tiles are, yeah?
Yep, yep.
Stuff
Your
like
directions
that,
that you.
yeah.
Yep.
Vivid will try up.
You go up and zoop,
Oh!
you flip right to the beginning of the maze.
Messed up on the red one.
And Thames does like a double take. He's like, what the fuck just happened?
I'll go the same path he did, but I'll take a left instead.
Huh. Okay, you do so, and you go left, and zoop, you flip right to the beginning of the maze. And as you do so, you hear a violent, hold on. Violent scream. And a creature pops out of what seems to be nowhere. And
Oh boy.
directly onto this tile.
Oh.
And everybody roll for initiation.
Oh, fuck me. Alright.
I'm so happy you're sticking to it.
Oh, I gotta turn the music down just a little bit.
Oh! It's a nat 20, baby.
Ooh.
Okay, perfect.
I got a 4.
Got 14.
20, 14, Alice. Okay, Pippin, what you got?
I got a 9.
Okay. Let's see what the creature gets. $16. Okay. So look down. You're gonna lead us up.
Ready?
Turn this down just one more time.
Yeah, so I'll walk forward. Because I'm assuming I have to take the correct path to get to it.
Yes. You you walk forward. And
And then I'll approach it and I'll just... I don't know what the heck that thing is, but I'm gonna punch it.
okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Uh... 17.
Perfect. And what are you attacking with it? Sorry, you're attacking with your fist, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just punching it.
You give it a big punch, and it seems to be like a pretty like fair hit. It goes right into the stomach of it, and it feels like liquid. You pull your fist out, and it seems like it's done nothing.
I just stand there looking at my hand, I guess.
Perfect. Okay. Let's see. It's your monster's turn. The Civilone. Yep.
Shit. Can I read its aura?
Yeah, sure. With your second action, sure.
Yeah. I don't know
you-
what action it is, but...
You look at the creature, and it seems extremely territorial. It seems like it's kind of here to guard the area, and it's very, very upset at your trespassing and your kind of lack of care when proceeding through the maze, as well as kind of the destruction of maybe the walls wasn't the best idea. But
Wasn't us.
it seems very angry with all of you.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
Then I don't apologize.
I don't give a fuck. The monster is going to turn to you and attack you. Look down. And it rolls a 7. It misses. Okay. Go ahead, Alice.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna have to take the same path, huh?
Yeah, you let me know where you want to go to try to approach it.
Can I go off of? I'm gonna go off of the middle black one.
The middle black.
Try
Okay.
to go forward. Yeah.
And try to go forward to where like look down is.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And you get actually just right in range. And what would you like to do?
I like to stab it. I want to try to go for it. To stab it.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Stab it with your knife. Go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
19.
19. Yeah, again, it seems like you really give like a good, precise hit to this creature. And it goes right through, and it feels like liquid on your hands. And it seems like the monster didn't even pay any attention to your swing.
Oh my god. What does it look like?
This thing looks like a kind of constantly falling apart, liquid, just gigantic monster with
Vacuum.
like a vacuum, is that what you said? Yeah. Oh, you need
We need a vacuum.
We gotta vacuum him up. He won't be able to do nothing.
Pretty solid idea, actually.
And anything else with your turn, Alice?
No, I'm just gonna step back a little.
Just right behind. Look there, please don't hurt. It is. Pivot's turn.
All right.
Wish I could read.
Reading good.
Reading good, Napster bad.
So, if I'm recalling correctly, the note said this thing was somewhat intelligent.
Yeah. It seems like it's a relatively intelligent creature.
Pivot's gonna see if he can try to reason with it.
Okay.
Ew.
Worth a shot.
You what would you like to say to it?
Okay. Civilonian, we do not mean you or the grounds any real harm. We apologize for trespassing, but we seek one who claims relation to your former master. One by the name of... name already? Rudolph Stippens. One we seek named Colette. Colette Stippens. If you would let us pass to see if we could find her, we last saw her entering this maze. We would like to know, or who would like to pass to try and find her.
And roll persuasion for me.
Okay. Something.
Phew. It seems that it's heard your words, and it kind of... You kind of name-dropping people that it knows, especially the headmaster that it kind of, saw every single day. It kind of doubles back and looks like it doesn't really want to hurt you, but also feels like it kind of has to defend the area. And it seems like you don't entirely get through to it.
Okay.
The creature kind of just like violently like screams back at you.
All right. Looking across this kind of tile maze, do I see anything on the opposite end that would seem of interest to us?
You just see a gigantic fountain, and it seems like there is quite a lot of money inside of it. And other than that, it doesn't really seem like there's much of anything that would necessarily interest you in the room.
I didn't check if that ice was recent. Damn.
You can always go find out.
Yeah.
If the what was recent?
The ice that was blocking the way was recent or not.
Ah, got you.
I think me and Alice can handle it. Something that we can't damage.
The ShamWow, maybe.
What we're saying is this monster has the drip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm the only one that could probably damage it. Which is,
We'll have to find out.
Anything else with your turn, Pippin? Okay, I'd let you kind of just use that as a free action. It's fine.
yeah. If it doesn't want to hurt this thing.
Okay.
It's just guarding its territory. So... Pivot's going to say, "Look down, Alice. I don't think we need to be in here. I don't think it will follow us outside this room, or at least I hope not. I think we can just leave." And he's going to back down the hallway.
Perfect. Back down the hallway. You want to kind of just do it slowly and not use your entire movement, or you want to kind of book
about
it?
half the movement.
Okay. So I think...
Right about there.
Yep. And, Thames, it is your turn.
I'll just leave.
Perfect. Follow behind. Are you going past Pivot, or are you kind of staying in front of him?
I don't really feel like bowling over him right now, so
Perfect.
I'll stay behind him.
You start backing away, and look down. It is your turn.
Okay. I'll just kind of look at Alice with like a quizzical quick look. We leave.
Yeah. I guess.
Okay. And I hate that it's done in turns, because Look Down would leave with Alice, but also wanting to take the attack of opportunity, so I'll just leave.
Okay, perfect. You going back kind of the way you approached on the black tiles and down like that. You kind of start to walk away, and it is actually going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
Yes'm.
That is a 15.
IC is 12. Unless the tin armor adds something.
No, that's just there to block damage
Okay.
for you. HP bar.
Man, he's a thick boy.
Let's see, roll here. Okay. And... Okay, you take 11 damage.
So that destroys my armor.
Yeah, completely. He just kind of with like a double tendril just kind of pops out of his lower stomach, and another one kind of pops out around his head and just kind of swirls towards you and just slashes your armor completely and kind of just punctures it and does a little bit of damage to you.
Yeah.
And you're going to continue backing away here?
Yeah.
So, you going full movement?
Yes.
And remind me how much?
I have 35.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Perfect. It is... it is the monster's turn.
Really?
God.
I thought it was Alice.
Alice is directly after. She rolled a 14, yeah.
But
Did
I
Um,
would have done that
last
differently.
turn?
I'm sorry, Alice.
Did I skip? Sorry, whose turn?
The Civilonian last turn.
No, he went to attack and it just completely missed. Look down.
Gotcha.
The Civilonian sees that the rest of the party is kind of leaving, and it's gonna get like close to Alice and just kind of like look her in the eye and just kind of sniff her.
Weird.
Alice, what do you do?
Okay.
What's your reaction to that?
Let him sniff me.
Okay,
Just
perfect.
sitting there.
You let him sniff you, and seeming as though there's no kind of reaction or retaliation to him just kind of being there, he is going to just back away just a little bit and just watch you from afar.
Oh.
And actually, the rest of his turn, he is actually going to... Everybody roll a an observation check for me.
Gotcha.
Wow.
3.
18.
15.
Okay. I mean, really, it doesn't even matter. Holy shit. Okay. So, you're all watching this thing, and you just see it vanish quickly. And, Alice, you feel like you feel something watching you. You feel like there's something just at the corner of your eye, just in your peripheral vision, that you can't really see. And that is going to end combat.
Trying to sell me something again. I'm gonna go follow the others.
Perfect. You back away and follow the rest.
That was weird.
Yes.
I lift up my hand. I can't hit, but it hit me.
Mm. Well, it seemed
How?
like you had struck it. Did it just not feel like it did any damage?
Water.
Hmm. It seemed like it kind of had an outer shell, and then when it went to strike, it kind of jumped out. Likely the outer shell is kind of some water fibrous material that is hard to damage.
Can't hit.
I love that.
I'm on the same
Yes.
wavelength
Yes.
right now.
Hard to
Can't hit.
Also,
Pivot's gonna start walking down the hall towards the ice.
I am also standing in front of Thames. I look down at the destroyed armor. And I just take it. I just hand it back to him and say, "Thank you."
Well, that is going to need to be repaired later. But glad it served you well. Anyways, let's get going.
Where?
I'll follow Pivot.
Okay, perfect. Follow pivot. I'm assuming look down kind of follows as well. Alice, where would you like to go?
I wait for Alice though. Like I don't just. I just kind of look down the hallway at Alice before I
Around
leave.
the corner.
I'm gonna turn around.
Stare.
He turned around. Okay. You...
I want to turn around
Mhm.
and just say, "I can't believe you smelt me," and leave.
Perfect. Do you are you following the rest of the party? Or are you kind of doing something else?
Want to look down.
I just kind of stare back.
And yeah, go ahead.
It's as awkward as you think it is.
I'm gonna like motion, like, come on, let's go with the rest of the group. He smelt me. Look down. He smelt me.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you smell good?
I don't know. I didn't get the chance to ask.
Man, this feels weird as a player, but look down, smells Alice.
You smell Alice, and she smells like, she smells relatively good. Like, she smells like way better than what you kind of are used to in the dungeons. All the rotten flesh and just kind of sweat and unwashed bodies. Alice smells, by comparison, like the best thing that you've kind of ever smelled in your life.
Smell good.
Thank you.
Can you please stop
staring.
smelling each other?
Wow, it's like feeling the ice
my
wall.
Vivid, you feel the ice wall. Just give me an observation, just a general observation.
Doesn't feel like kind of magical or anything like that.
Nope.
That was a 13.
You kind of feel along the wall, and it is icy cold, despite it being, relatively warm. It feels like this thing is just like perma-frozen all the time. And as you kind of like look through the ice, you kind of see a concrete wall inside.
Like, as a second layer?
Yep, as a second layer. Yep, correct.
Alright. Kind of tracing along the wall, he's gonna head down towards that lever.
Okay, yeah. You head down towards the lever here, and it seems like it's cornered off down at the bottom. No really like indentations in the wall or anything. Nothing like that seems overly suspicious or, that would grab your attention. And the lever sits in front of you. As well as actually there is a small window just in front of you here.
Right.
You see that?
He's gonna try to look through that first.
Perfect. So you go up to the window here, and you look inside, and you kind of see straight through. And it doesn't seem like there's really much inside this little room here, other than a giant kind of just wooden device.
Can I tell what it might do just from the looks of it, or is it just a little bit too complex or hidden?
It's kind of dark in there. You can kind of just see that there's just like some wooden pegs, kind of protruding from a larger wooden board, circular board.
Well, he's gonna take a step back,
Okay.
and he's just gonna call it. So I don't see any other way to proceed other than pulling this lever here. So be ready for something to happen, I suppose. And just gonna pull the lever.
You pull the
I get into a
lever.
stance.
Wrong lever, Kronk. Nothing.
Wrong lever.
You feel the lever. It has like a good amount of give, and it kind of just like locks into place when you pull it. You hear just like a small nudge, and a lock kind of unclank and kind of fall back into place, directly ahead of you, like right up here behind this wooden or behind this ice wall.
Is there any more sounds after that, or does it just kind of clink into place?
Yep, just clinks into place.
Okay.
And you do see, like, in the corner here, it's really, really small, kind of too small for anybody to kind of fit through. It seems like there's just kind of like maybe like 8 inches of space. I know it seems like it's more, but it's really, really tight in between these two ice walls.
Anything happen on your end?
No.
Pivot's gonna kind of step out of the alcove.
You step
What
out of the...
happened?
I pulled the lever, and it sounded like some mechanical processes were happening behind the wall, and he's gonna kind of jab a thumb towards the ice wall. Evidently not enough. Perhaps.
What?
Mechanical. It's like you pull one thing to cause a reaction in something else. So like turning a key in a lock to open a door.
Like cells.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, in a somewhat similar way, yes, like a cell door.
But no open.
No. So likely there are more levers that need to be pulled to unlock it. At least that would be my guess.
Do we go back?
We should investigate the other side. There was an open space like this one I saw.
Oh. Lead the way then.
Would you like to take the lead, Tums?
Sure.
You take the lead, and as you kind of walk past Alice, you feel like you see something out of the corner of your eye. You just kind of continue walking. How would you guys like to walk?
Normally.
What?
Pid's gonna kind of follow like right behind Thames because he's curious now.
Perfect. And you two will hold up the back here. You start to walk forward. Actually, let me just put you behind. Let's make it easier. You all
Why would
walk
you do that?
forward here. And this is kind of where you last left off, Thames. You see that it opens up right up here. And there's an opening here and kind of like an open area over here.
I'll walk up and see if there's anything to my left.
You walk up and you look down. It's a very narrow, very narrow hallway, and it opens up to end of a hallway with a treasure chest.
Well, clearly that can't be anything bad, so I'll open it.
Oh god, no.
You go to grab onto the opening of the treasure chest, and it's locked. There's a little lock on it.
Pid's gonna kind of like peek around the corners. You find anything, Thames?
A chest. Not relevant to finding the child. And I'll turn around.
Get out the way. Thames, as you exit, you would you like to go down to the left, or you want to go just straight down?
I'll just go straight down.
Yeah, perfect. You kind of go straight down, and it just seems very weird and disorienting. A bunch of various shapes, a classic maze that is just kind of intended to get you to walk around in circles.
Tim's just going to remember the advice that his brother gave him in regards to maze, and that's to hug the right wall.
Perfect. You hug the right wall, and what do you know? It kind of seems to lead in just one direction, which is very nice. It's a pretty welcoming sight.
So, seeing that this right wall would actually, in fact, lead me in circles, I will continue into the next right wall.
Okay, perfect. You hug the right here, and as you come around the corner, you hear some creatures talking.
Do I hear them before I round the corner?
Yes.
I would like to stealth in.
Okay, perfect. Kind of stealth around a corner here.
Tim's is signal walking into it.
Jojo walking.
He can't stealth. He has a -5 to it.
And like they're not necessarily paying attention to you just right off the bat. They don't hear you kind of walk in immediately. They seem to be arguing amongst themselves. And you see this goblin right here kind of turn to the rest and he says, Big boss will be very angry if we do not find him soon. And the other two goblins kind of look at each other and like are scratching their heads and they're like, Not our fault! Not our fault! No! Can't be my fault! It's his fault! And points to the other goblin, and the goblin points to the first goblin and says, No! Your fault! Your fault!
May I ask what this is all about?
These goblins swing around, and you see a visible just jaw drop between all of them combined, and they go, monster!
I am as much a monster as you are.
Monster can speak, monster have jokes!
In fact, I am the size of several of you put together.
And they like kind of start to circle around you a little bit, and they're like, so you know where Big Boss is then? You know where Big Boss is?
I do.
Then show us, monster. Where is Big Boss?
Right. Before we go to there, I need you all to do one thing.
And they kind of like look to each other and they're like, yes.
There is tribute. I need any weapons you have on you first.
What? Monster wants weapons?
I will take your weapons and I will show you where the boss is.
Roll a persuasion check.
My fucking god.
Yo, I'm here for it. This is genius.
Yo, I got a 19.
What the fuck?
He's trustworthy.
Oh my god.
Such a trustworthy big guy.
Actually, that is a 19 plus 1.
They all seem very confused. They've never seen anything like you before. They don't know why you're being like so nice yet so intimidating towards them. But you said that you know where their boss is, and they don't seem like the smartest of creatures themselves. And they kind of reluctantly, like, and confused, just hand you their weapons.
All right, now follow me.
You start to walk away, and the rest of the goblins begin following you.
And I lean down and I whisper to Pivot, Pivot, I don't know where their boss is.
I don't know.
Oh no.
I have their weapons, so...
Who are you whispering to?
Oh, this is my associate. We are business partners.
And
Yes, greetings.
they see Pivot around the corner, and they kind of like look at him and begin laughing. They're like, ha ha ha! Weak fell goblin! Weak fell goblin, not good enough for the blue sparrows.
Yes, weak, whatever.
Not like Big Boss strong, Big Boss handsome.
Yes, that's why we take you to Big Boss, because he's much stronger than I.
Perfect. Would any of you like to take the lead out here?
So, what I need you all to do is follow me. I'm gonna bring them back to the maze room.
Oh my god.
It's so fucked up.
Oh shit. Okay, you know what? They do follow you. They think that you're wholeheartedly telling the truth and that you are bringing them back to Big Boss. Yes.
I did roll a stealth at the beginning.
Yes.
It was a 21.
Oh, beautiful.
I would like to just stealthily follow behind them the entire way.
I love it. I never in a million years expected this, and I love it.
No, and I say no. Big Boss has said that I am not allowed to be near him as I am supposed to be patrolling. So what I need you all to do is I need you all to go along the pathway, and then you will find Big Boss in the fountain, or by the fountain.
All right, perfect. And they kind of like look at you and they're like,
Big Boss in there. Okay, we have not gone to this part of the maze yet. It seems like
Well-
Big Boss might be here.
Well, yes, you haven't gone here, and if you haven't found Big Boss, that is why. Go.
Okay. That seems a little aggressive, but
they kind of walk into the room, and immediately as they step into the room, go ahead and roll an observation check for me. Everybody.
14.
17.
13.
Yo, my luck is turning around, everybody. It's another 21.
Very unstealthily, you see the Civilonian. Thames, it comes right out of your eye and crawls along the surface as a shadow across the walls and leading up right behind the rest of the goblins and materializes right behind them, closing off their exit.
Fuck.
Well, shall we proceed as normal? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Have fun with Big Boss!
And you say that, they turn around and they see this gigantic, horrifying monster behind them, and they go, oh, run! And one of them tries to run, and it bonks its head into the glass. The other one tries to run forward, bonks its head into the glass immediately. This one runs forward. It seems to be totally fine. Runs to the next one, teleports back to the beginning. And you kind of are you heading back through the door? Or are you heading to where they were initially?
We're heading back to the area where they were, just taking a different turn.
Okay, perfect.
I'll linger a little because I want to make sure that they don't leave.
Okay, perfect. You do linger, and hold on. Let me.
No.
Oh boy, is anybody else sticking around?
I mean, nobody knows where I'm at, so sure.
Okay, perfect. You kind of stick around here. Are you kind of looking to see? Look down.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing I saw this. Did I see this shadow creature come
Yes.
out of an eye?
Yep.
And yeah, I'm 1000% watching this.
Okay, perfect. You go up and you watch it. Is everybody else kind of dipping, or are you watching?
Pavit's just kind of like one square up. He's just gonna no.
Oh, one square up right here. Yep.
Yeah. He's just gonna stand there, just like oh.
Alice, what would you like to do?
Just stick around since everybody else is.
Okay, perfect. And go ahead, Thames, as well as look down. And roll a con saving throw for me.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yo!
That nice -7.
I have a negative. I got a -2.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Perfect. You pass the con saving throw. You kind of just stare directly at this thing. It just... the Civilonian makes this gigantic scream and begins to just shake visibly, and it turns into this horrifying creature, even scarier than before. And you can feel it start to kind of affect your vision, and you quickly blink your eyes, look down just at the right moment. Thames, you are kind of infatuated with seeing what might happen to these tiny little goblins, and the blood vessels in your eyes burst, and you feel just an immense amount of pain, and you're weak to organic damage, yeah?
Let me check. I have, yeah, I'm weak to organic.
Okay, you
damage.
take altogether 10 organic damage.
Okay.
And you are blind. Temporary.
Did I say for how long?
For just for a little bit. It seems to just kind of go away after maybe 10 seconds or so.
Okay.
But it's like just a quick flashbang to your eyes, and your blood vessels just kind of burst, and you feel an immense amount of pain in your eyes.
Yeah. Tim's being the Sigma he is will wince and have that open jaw, but will not yell, as to not attract any other things here.
The silent scream.
Thames, as you kind of open your eyes back up, you see that these goblins are also kind of on the ground, rolling around and quivering. And it seems like the same thing just happened to their eyes. And you see the Civilonian. Oh God, these poor fucking creatures, man. The Civilonian, it seems to just start mauling into them, and they are dying very, very quickly.
Very well. I've seen enough, and I'll continue to the right.
Perfect.
That's how you take care of goblins.
These poor goblins.
What the fuck, man?
He fucked with my friend.
I look at
Take away their
Thames,
weapons.
and I just go ask, how do that?
Get them to follow me.
No, I think.
I think. Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, you just see blood dripping down Thames's eyes. It just
I point to where the creature is at.
You look at things you aren't supposed to. Shall we continue?
Yeah.
I want
suppose.
power.
God.
The worst part is nobody knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's great.
It's just like, huh?
I want the ability to be in somebody's eyeball and come out like a shadowy demon.
And would somebody like to take the lead? I'm assuming, yeah.
I wasn't paying enough attention to take the lead, so.
Take the lead.
Perfect. And Thames, the weapons that they did drop for you, they were all arrows, and they seem to be kind of dipped in a flammable substance.
Do they have any bows to go with those arrows, or do they just throw the arrows?
Yep, bow and arrows.
Okay.
And Alice, you kind of walk back to where they were looking, and what would you guys like to do?
I'll go to the left.
Okay, Thames goes off to the left here, looks through quickly, and I'm assuming you're probably just going to be following the wall again, yeah?
Yep.
Trustworthy. You kind of reach this point, and you look down this hallway, and it seems like a familiar territory. And as you kind of go forward, again, you see another chest.
I'll see if that one's locked.
Okay, you go up to the chest, and you go to grab it and open it up, and yes, once again, it is indeed locked.
Then I'll return to the group.
Perfect.
I'm just waiting for one of these days for Thames to look at a locked chest and it's fucking God of War 2016, just break it open.
No, you're supposed to tap X repeatedly.
I'm waiting for one of these chests to be a fucking mimic.
Alice, roll an observation check for me while you're here in this room.
A 12.
A 12. You don't really notice anything that's kind of too abnormal in the room. It seems like it's just a giant opening and that these goblins just kind of ended up getting lost in here while looking for their boss.
How high are these walls? These hedge walls?
10 feet.
And how far does the wall part come up?
What do you mean, sorry?
Like how far? Like, cause it looks like it's like a hedge wall, but I see like stone around it. How far?
Yeah,
does the
so
stone
the
go up?
stone reaches 10, and then the hedge is kind of it goes up a little bit further, like maybe foot and a half.
Gotcha. Can I launch myself over this thing?
Let's see. Go ahead. It's a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
All right, I just launched myself over it.
Are you grabbing onto the wall, or are you kind of trying to jump on top of it?
I take a 10-foot running start and then just leap.
You give a big old leap, and you kind of hop, and you go directly. You go into the hedge. Yeah, you jump, and you kind of hit the hedge, and you're just kind of sitting on top of it. Let me move you up to the top layer here.
Michael just subscribed. Who is that handsome turtle?
Maze Runner, Josh.
I mean, I was kind of trying to just go to the other side or like jump through the hedge or whatever, but I'll be on top. That's cool.
It just looks up and like, what the fuck?
Do I see anything from up here? The bird's eye view?
Give me an observation check.
And before I get yelled at for cheating. Wow. Just can't see things. 9.
9, kind of same thing as Alice. You kind of you look out into the room, and it seems like it's just a kind of a larger open area that anybody could kind of get lost in the maze. And you look around, and it seems like you've kind of explored most of every part of this area. Doesn't seem like any area in this part of the maze you kind of haven't touched. And yeah, nothing seems too abnormal.
I just chill up there.
Perfect. Pivot, Thames, what would you like to do?
I'll go back up.
Go back.
Or north.
Yep. Anywhere in particular you'd like to go?
I'll go back past the maze area.
Past the maze. Okay. Yeah, you
Yeah, not look at that thing.
You walk past and you just kind of avoid eye contact, but you just hear crunching. Just. And what would you like to do?
So, are people able to like fit through those little crevices?
It's really, really small. It's pretty tiny,
Okay.
about 8 inches.
So, I'll like observe the icing a little bit while the rest of them are doing their thing, and then basically I'll say I'm wait here till they go over here too.
I'm gonna sit and look at this ice.
Okay.
And you see Thames walk away, and you're all kind of just like looking around the area, and once again, you hear just a very, very faint scream. This time, it seems to be coming from the outside of the maze.
Which direction?
From the south. Here.
I hop down. I hop on the maze from the south.
Hop right over here.
Yep.
Perfect. It opens up to the rest of the gardens, and give me just like an observation. Once more.
All right, boy, howdy. I've been doing so well with these rolls of the observation. Yo, actually though, 16.
16. You see, actually, in kind of perfect vision, Colette running back to her house in just instinctual fear. Like, she seems like she's running for her life. And you see a gigantic goblin run to the house to try to get to her. She locks herself into the door, and you see the window kind of just close shut, and the goblin seems to kind of like just look around the house quickly to see if he can get in, and he starts to like back away and runs towards the forest.
Monster.
Monster? Where?
House.
Is Colette there as well?
Yes.
Well, that is where we're going. Come.
Inside. I just hop off the maze if I can.
Yeah, just hop out.
Well, then.
Perfect, and that's just kind of like that is kind of like the maximum amount that you can kind of jump without really getting hurt. Anyways, you kind of judge it really well, and you're like, yeah, I can jump that. You jump down, you're like, all right, I'm going for it, and you run.
You already put way too much thought process into this.
He sees wall. He jump.
Wall up wall.
And
All I'm saying is that if you didn't say give me the launch stuff today, I would have never thought of that.
Open up new possibilities. Pivot and Alice, where would you like to go? You trying to find Thames before you leave, or?
Well, since Pivot doesn't really know where the way to the left leads, he's just gonna head back up.
Perfect. You run back up. Alice, what about you? You falling behind him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it. I was hoping you were gonna continue to be window buddies, but okay.
I don't know if I can scale that, I'm gonna be honest.
You scaled a
That's a little
castle!
True. It's different.
Can't Assassin's Creed a hedge maze, I guess.
It's just a little bit different. There are monsters in here.
I do immediately want to go back through the door and try to go through.
Okay.
Back of the entrance.
This door here.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you go out and you it leads right back into the beginning of the maze. Pivot, you kind of like run to the hallway, and are you doing it stealthily?
Stealthily? No, he's kind of acting with haste. He's gonna call
Perfect.
up. Thames. By the house. Apparently Colette returned. There's a monster chasing her.
Okay. Thames will put on his brisk walk.
His power walk.
His Bill Clinton power walking. Perfect. And you all leave the maze. Let me open up the world again for you.
Wow.
You're really opening up our world.
Oh, so I'd be running towards the house before.
Yeah,
like, as
you're
they were
probably
getting out.
like almost all the way towards the house by now, if not just at the house. It took them a while to find each other. Let me get everybody back on here. Oh my goodness, this is not any of what I need. I need my encyclopedia. All right.
You're an encyclopedia.
Oh right, I already have everybody here. Big brains. So look down.
Hey.
You are basically just right at the front steps of the house. And actually, here, let me change the time of day as well. It is definitely getting relatively late here. The sun seems to be just about ready to go down. And Alice, Pivot, and Thames. Ooh, didn't mean to squish you. You exit the maze, and you see Look Down is kind of already at the house. Sprinting, running.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll go over
sprinting
to
and
the house as
running.
well.
Everybody else running. Thames a little bit far behind.
Hey, it's hard being a 2-century-old turtle, okay?
It's not that easy being green. Look Down. You get up to the house. What do you do?
I try to open the door.
You open up the door, and it is locked. Locked shut. And you hear kind of...
Cool.
You say Cole.
Yeah.
You see her, like, just quickly appear at the window and like run over to the door really quickly, and she says, "Are you alone?"
No.
Is that monster with you?
No.
Okay. And then
Actually, is the monster around? Or is it off in the woods?
No, he's not here. He's just like sitting in a bush, just like.
Right.
He went off into the woods, from what you had seen. You can't see him, yeah. She opens up the door for you, and she says, "Come on in, quick, quick, quick."
Why run?
What do you mean? Quick, quick, get in.
Why leave house?
I didn't leave. I got grabbed. The thing grabbed me through the window and dragged me away.
Oh.
Please get in.
I like slowly saunter in.
Perfect. And the rest of you are around, kind of at the tail end of this conversation, and you see that the door is open for you.
I go back in through the window.
You go to look at the window, and it seems to be locked. It's closed and locked shut.
May I go to her room, unlock, and open the window?
Yeah, you run past
Just knocking
Colette.
on the window.
You hear the knock, and you understand. You just run over the window and open it up. And then she jumps through. Perfect.
I'm just gonna use the door like a normal fucking person.
Yeah, I
don't
use the
understand
door
our
because I
bond.
can't enter anywhere
I
else.
sure don't.
Perfect. You all enter.
Yeah.
Oops, actually, let me just change the scene here, change the setting. You all enter back inside, and Colette is very, very dirty. She's definitely been dragged around, and you can see just like just kind of like hand marks on her clothes, on her overalls. And she seems to be just like panicking. Let me find everybody else here, drag them on. You're in the bedroom. And pivot. There we go. And she kind of closes the door very quickly behind you. She's like, oh my god, I was so scared. I thought they were finally going to take me away.
Only one.
How many goblins had taken you?
It was one big goblin. He grabbed me and he just tried to drag me away into the maze. And he did for a second, but I broke away from him and I ran out and oh my god, he ran after me, but I managed to barely get away from him.
Oh, that was the only goblin.
Yeah, were there more?
I think I sacrificed his posse.
You got rid of some of the monsters? And she's like, elated. This is like the greatest news that she has ever heard in her life. She's like jumping up and down. She's like, oh my god, they've scared me for so long. Thank you. And she runs up and hugs you.
I try not to get the eye blood on her, and just do like a small pat on the back and then back away because of the aforementioned eye blood.
She sees you and goes, ugh!
Yes, the Guardian of the Maze wasn't eager to make our acquaintance.
The Guardian of the Maze? Wait, the Civilonian? And she kind of
Yes.
like turns to you. You saw the Civilonian and it didn't hurt you?
It was territorial. Once we understood that it was simply guarding the maze and backed away, it didn't hurt us, no.
Yeah, she's sweet. She's like a dog.
Yeah.
She smelt me.
Yeah, like a dog.
She ruptured my eye blood vessels.
Oh God.
Not like a dog.
I've seen
Like
that
a
happen
dog.
to some people that were trying to trespass in the maze before, and it looked so painful. But I think that monster might come back, and it's starting to get dark. They always come, promise me. I promise you, I know that they're gonna come back.
I kill.
Maybe we don't have to kill them?
Can I wash my face, please?
Yeah, please. And she points to the bathroom.
Go use Max's dirty bathwater.
I'm not gonna use a well. That's how you get pink eye. Yeah, I'll go use the dirty bathwater. Less chance of an eye infection.
Yeah.
Or more.
Oh God. Okay, you're gonna use the bathwater.
Actually, isn't there like a sink like thing here?
Yes.
Basin.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the basin.
Perfect. Yeah, you get some nice fresh water, and you clean your eyes out, and you wipe the blood off of your face.
Yeah, I realized the con check that would entail. And
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
would. Hey, it was gonna be bad. Stinky Max water.
I just go and sit cross-legged in front of the front door.
Like a guard dog.
Oh God. And
yes, I'm looking down.
she looks over to you and she says, "You can get more comfortable. I don't think that they can get inside."
I don't answer.
He's a quiet type.
I mean, that's
Though
okay.
Yeah. Though I am curious, why haven't they come inside?
I don't know. They always seem to kind of lose interest once they know that they can't get in here easily, I think. I don't know. They never break any of the windows, nothing. They kind of swarm the house for maybe about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. They knock on the doors, see if there's any way into the house, and then they just kind of leave and do the same the next night.
So do we want to kill this monster?
Do you guys think that you would? He's big and he's scary.
And it's likely nothing we can't handle, but I would like to see why this creature has been tormenting.
After hearing that, I go to the window and unlock it.
But
To be fair, I didn't relock the window after I let you in, so
Oh.
unless you locked it on your way in, it's still unlocked.
You go to check it, Alice, and you see that it's unlocked still.
I just leave it.
Okay, perfect. You gotta walk back
Okay,
over
fun.
to the group. Holy shit. Oh no.
Hey, you never know when you have to jump through a window.
That's true.
Colette turns to the rest of you, and she's in a much better mood. She says, "Okay, well, when you guys go, they always go to the forest. I really want to go with you. I want to know where my grandfather is. I promise I'll be safe."
Ooh, Rudolph.
Rudolph? He's my grandfather. He's the sweetest man I've ever
Rudolph
known.
Stippins, yes.
Yeah, I guess what do you want to know about him?
Name familiar.
His name
Was-
is familiar?
Prisoner.
My grandfather was a priest. Do you know where he was? You just kind of see tears start to well in her eyes a little bit. And she, walks over to you and starts to get closer. She's like, "Please, if you have any information on my grandpa, please tell me."
Years ago. In dungeon.
He was in a dungeon?
And I actually look down, actually starts like shaking a bit.
And she starts to visibly cry in front of you. It says, Where's Grandpa?
No.
What?
Heard died.
No. Why would... No. How do you know?
Was told. By a friend.
No. She runs past you, and past Alice, and goes to her room and kind of slams the door shut. And she starts bawling her eyes out.
I'm gonna sneak in there and lock the window.
Okay, roll a stealth check as she's feebly crying in the corner.
The 15.
You manage to do so. She doesn't notice you. And you lock the window. And it's the type of the sobbing that it kind of reaches the point where it's so heavy that your body is just not used to being able to let out that much. And she's like breathing in and out like really, really heavily and just
Is she doing the hyperventilation cry?
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
And you kind of tiptoe through. And just, do you want to leave the door open or do you want to close it again?
I'm gonna leave it open like a little bit.
Okay.
She was nabbed once. She could be nabbed again.
That is true.
Mm.
And, it's just like this very, very sad moment. Thames, you heard her just bawling out in the living room. And her footsteps as she kind of ran and closed the door.
Do I want to know what happened?
Apparently, looked down and heard that her grandfather had died in the dungeon. I would like to do a history check to see if I had heard the name before.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Cannot tell you how wrong that felt. Man.
That poor kid.
14.
14. There seem to have been so many names that kind of have passed through the dungeons. Not in, like, your time that you were there. Have you ever heard the name Rudolph Stippens?
Look down. Who told you this?
And look down as he says this to you. You see Serviat Daniels kind of open the door behind you and close it, and he looks into your eyes and he says, "You owe him nothing."
A friend.
A friend.
Erd was a hopeful person. Rudolph survived 50 years, however long that is.
I see. Vid will just kind of quietly walk over to the couch and sit down.
I don't recognize this name either, right? Like, I don't know who this is.
No.
Do I remember them coming through?
No, not at all. The name seems completely foreign to you. And as you guys kind of settle down after like all the excitement of the day, you do realize that it's starting to get a little bit darker here. The sun has gone down, and you feel that you are kind of starting to get a little bit sleepy.
During that time, I would at some point actually probably break the silence.
Mm-hmm.
Vivid.
Yes.
Bell Goblin. I'm still sitting in front of the door. I don't even... Like, I don't turn or anything like that. Said was weak.
Historically, yes, my people are a race of weak and ugly creatures not worth anyone's time or effort of interacting with. Generally, we're seen as the boot scrapes of society.
Seen as lesser.
Much, much lesser.
He actually looks back at Pivot. Ugly.
Yes. Hence the mask.
Still. Don't see it.
Vid just kind of just looks down at his lap and says no more.
That's all I say.
And kind of throughout this, just these elongated moments of silence and kind of the awkwardness that kind of fills up, or kind of like more so like the somber nature of the things that have been happening lately. Pivot, you just kind of out of the blue remember that today is Soul's Eve, a holiday in Nickelmentia. It's you usually never get to celebrate it because you're always busy, always working, and nobody in the castle ever celebrates it. But this is the evening that old Saint Nickel comes across Nickelmentia and delivers gifts to random citizens based on how many souls have been returned to the heavens that year.
Would I know of any kind of traditions that folks would usually do around these holiday times?
People usually like to play music and sing songs, and the big to do is kind of to try to wait and stay up to try to see Saint Nickel as he's going through the sky and delivering gifts.
What was the name of the holiday again? Sorry.
Soul's Eve.
Soul's Eve. Fitz just kind of let out like a soft snort. It was like, don't suppose anyone knows how to sing or has an instrument.
I have gotten pretty good at rhythm, but Not any instrument in particular, no.
Let me just pull out my giant bass, just...
There's a
Pulls
piano
out
right
bass
there.
guitar.
There is a piano in the room, yes.
All I'm saying is Thames could probably play the drums semi-competently.
Alice, you definitely just in your growing up, you've seen not only a lot of people play the piano, but you yourself are relatively proficient with it.
I want to play the piano.
Do you say
Let's
anything
go.
as you go up to the piano or no?
No.
Oh.
What kind of song do you want to play?
One that I would probably have heard, since I'm very proficient at it. I think I would know some that would be played at this time. So just anyone that just fits it. Not too upbeat, since there was a sobbing girl, probably still sobbing in the other room, their door cracked open.
So like maybe a holiday song.
Yeah.
Just like, yep. So you start to, yep, go ahead.
I start singing, "Oh, there once was a Sandman."
Jeez. I just roll, just for now, just roll a flat 20, please. Are you actually gonna sing?
No!
Yeah, I would love to hear look down just.
I was just there for the reference.
You start to play a holiday song, Alice, and as you do, Colette kind of peeks her head out of her door. Her eyes are very, very red, and she kind of walks over to the chair, turns it around, and sits in it and watches you play music. And all of you are kind of, I would assume, slightly kind of blown away because there's like never any dancing, never any music. There's never any sort of festivities for a long time in your lives. Not that any of you can realistically remember other than maybe Thames, right? Like, it's been a while for Thames since he's actually gotten to see some kind of performance. So it's just a really, really just beautiful and nice moment, and kind of lightens the mood quite a lot.
I'll say if Thames does get into the holiday mood, he'll attempt to try to sing along with one of the melodies.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Thames, roll a history check for me.
Sure.
We'll just see if we know the holiday song here.
Rack the old noggin.
That's an 18.
18,
So
perfect.
16 plus 2.
This is an old time song. I'm just gonna give you the prompts, and you're just gonna go for it. And I believe in you. Called "Old Saint Nickel."
Song improvisation's not my thing.
I believe in you.
I'll think.
It's gonna be great.
I'm just gonna put it to the tune of "Oh Christmas Tree." Oh Saint Nickel, oh Saint Nickel, how I love you, Saint Nickel.
Let's go.
Let me check the lyrics on Google.com, 'cause I don't know anything past the initial verses.
Oh my god.
I think you're doing great. I don't know what the fuck a Google is, but you're doing great.
And like, Colette's been like crying for so long that she's still kind of slightly crying, but she does like let out like a little laugh, like as she's like crying. She's like, just like a little laugh.
Can't believe she's been crying all day.
It's been hours.
It has been hours. I mean, realistically, how might you feel?
I don't know. I just feel like, all I did was tell her that her grandfather might be dead.
Alright, I got more lyrics now.
Comes the second verse.
Your weight so low in summertime, stay very high in wintertime. Oh, Saint Nicole, oh, Saint Nicole, oh, how lovely are thy fat rolls.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Just looking off in the corner as I'm hearing this singing. As I'm still playing and just like, jeez.
That's not the one I remember.
It's not the one that I remember at all.
Never in my day.
I like to think that this is just the version that Philip made as he was a kid, and this is all he can remember.
Give me 1 second. Ooh. Forgot to do one very specific thing. But as you as Thames is kind of wrapping up his very, very beautiful second verse, you hear outside of the door kind of almost just very, very loudly, like construction work loud. Up in the sky, you hear the clanking of lead like blocks kind of just mashing into each other, and just like a very heavy object kind of soaring through the sky, and a voice saying, "Ho ho ho ho! Where am I? Oh God, what am I doing here? Let me go home! Let me go home!"
I stand up in a battle ready stance.
I'm gonna go look outside.
Seems Saint Nico paid us a visit.
You go outside and hold on.
Before it's Bavelli.
Yeah, it's actually just Bavelli. Let's see. Change over the map here. Who else is going outside? Is it just Thames?
I follow him.
Go out the window.
Go out the window.
I follow out the window.
Beautiful. And let me grab Thames here. You all come outside, and it is dark now. And you see a very, very large sleigh going across the sky, very, very high in the air. Giant cinder blocks just clanking, like I said, against one another. And a man, he's just like kind of tapping around in the sleigh and kind of throwing things out as he's just like an old ass man with a Fu Manchu. He's just like, "What? I don't know what any of this is. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. I don't need any of this. Mommy, where are you, Mom? I haven't been home in years. Please.
Oh my god.
I'm so worried about you and the rest of the family. Why don't you call anymore, Mother? Why are there so many strange people all around, and why is nothing ever like the way it used to be before, back in the olden days? Everything was so wonderful." And he just disappears.
Did he leave any gifts, though?
Yes. So you all kind of look down at your feet quickly.
Just me.
Yeah, just look down. Can only look at his feet, and let me open up your gifts here. Let's see. Thames, you look down at your feet, and you see a very, very welcoming sight. You haven't eaten, since your last meal, and before that, you puked everything else up that you ate today. And you see a gigantic candy cane that has been made in Eponesis. And it's one of the very, very famous, lasting candy canes from Eponesis. Every single time you take a bite out of it, it replenishes itself.
Tim's is going to be forever in a calorie surplus from now on.
Goddamn.
Let's see. Alice, you look down at your feet, and you see a little rat wind-up toy. It just kind of sitting there, and it's already been kind of cranked a little bit, so it's kind of just running in circles.
Cool.
And look down. You see at your feet a pair of shoes. A very nice pair of very fashionable shoes, actually. It seems that they are kind of like skinnier on the sides than most shoes, and like they kind of have a heel that goes up, and it's just. I can't really put my finger on what the brand might entirely be.
I put them on.
Perfect. You put on your Converse and and pivots.
Let's say the brand name.
We're gonna get copyright striked. Pivot, you look down at your feet, and there is a piece of paper that seems to be very, very old, that you haven't seen since you were a boy, and it is a painting of your mother with your father sitting on her shoulders, and you had almost kind of forgotten just the way your mother used to look, the small details of just like the wrinkles in her face, the color of her eyes, and just the rosiness and just welcoming smile of her cheeks and mouth. And this is from your childhood home that you remembered you couldn't grab before you left.
Mm. Kind of like really shaky hands. He's just gonna like bring the painting kind of against his chest, and tears rolling down his cheeks. He's gonna say, like, very quietly, say, "Thank you," and stand there with it.
And Colette is going to follow outside, just kind of behind you, and cautiously open up the doors and like look around to make sure that there's nobody here. And down on the porch appears right below her a hatchet.
Oh.
And she picks it up and kind of starts shaking a little bit and like drops it down to the ground and steps away and looks at it. And she kind of starts to walk back inside, and she says, "You guys can come back inside. I think they'll be here soon."
Do you want a piece of candy cane?
No, I'm not feeling very well.
Okay. What about you, Pivot?
Yeah. I think I'm alright, Dims.
Alright, I'll go inside.
Perfect. You go inside. Does everybody else follow?
Yeah.
The hatchet's still on the ground.
Yes. Yes, it's still on the ground.
Can I look at it?
Go up to the hatchet, and you gonna like inspect the hatchet?
Yeah.
Just do like a general observation.
Try and figure out what the fuck. I'm so here for tonight. Yo. 21.
21. Oops, sorry. Here, give me 1 sec.
A lot of 18s.
Let me get you back up on the screen here.
Or this is one night only, y'all.
You look at the hatchet, and you don't really sense anything like weird about it. Like you don't really know where it came from. It looks like just like an average handy tool. But Surfied Daniels kind of just appears quickly and looks at you and just says, I have a bad feeling about that. I think that this when they brought Rudolph Stippens into the dungeons, I remember them taking something from him. They took a hatchet away from him. It seemed that he was trying to defend his house before they took him away. It's almost surreal to see it now, but I mean, unless I'm crazy, it has to be the same thing.
This man is important.
To Colette, he's irreplaceable. He was, it seems like everything to her. You know, look down, I do feel the same way about you. If anything were ever to happen to you, I don't know what I would do with myself. So, I seem to kind of feel similarly to her in this moment, and he just kind of looks off and starts walking away.
As he walks away, I look towards him and just say, nothing's happened to me yet.
And he it makes him smile a little bit. He nods and turns back around and walks away.
I keep the hatchet on me.
Perfect. Everybody else going inside?
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. Pivot?
This is kind of sitting there. But once everyone else heads inside, he's going to just kind of slowly follow in.
Everybody else heads inside, and as you start to head inside, Pivot, unfortunately enough for you, you hear a distant, I can't believe for the 15th time in a row, absolutely squat, nothing, echo from the castle. and you follow behind everyone else.
I'm already sitting in front of the door when you walk in. Except now I have a hatchet.
Oh God. I
Armed.
don't think I like that very much.
Thames will offer some candy cane to look down.
What is this?
Food. It's sweet.
I take a bite.
It tastes so deliciously, just mouth-wateringly sweet to you. The sweetest thing that you've probably had in the dungeons has been fruit. And this just, it's so far and beyond that. And it melts in your mouth and is just so delightful.
Thank you. Is delicious. Sorry, is good. I tried so hard not to say it.
You can have more if you want later. It regenerates. It comes back if you take it.
And even as you're saying that, Thames, like, you see it just slowly but surely just starting to regenerate a little bit more and more. From where
Once
you
it
took a
comes
bite
back,
off.
I will also take a bite off of it.
So just a question for the DM.
Yes.
What happens if you swallow it whole?
That's a great question that hopefully nobody ever has to find out.
It's called a lawsuit impending.
Bro, this thing was described as a giant candy cane. If you swallow it whole, like you're gonna suffocate yourself.
I was gonna say this thing is pretty massive.
Oh,
It is
okay.
industrial sized.
Is it like those ones that you find at Cracker Barrel?
What? What is it with you and Cracker Barrel? Do they have giant candy canes at Cracker Barrel?
Yeah,
Have you never been to a Cracker Barrel?
No.
Oh man.
Never ever.
They're basically like 2.5 feet long, and they're like maybe about 3.5 inches in diameter, like that kind of size.
Oh, beautiful. Someday I'll taste the delicious fruit of the Cracker Barrel.
Whoa. Easy there.
I don't like how the music cut out right when I said that either. That felt wrong.
Yeah, it's because you keep saying the racist word.
The white word.
Because when you finally taste the food of the Cracker Barrel, will be the day that your life ebbs low.
I'll never be able to do anything else again. I won't be able to create anything for Marth's Dungeon. I'll reach the pinnacle of satisfaction and just be a layabout for the rest of my life.
Beautiful.
And maybe like 10 minutes passes while you're kind of sitting inside here, and you do hear just kind of a metallic sounding weapon just kind of start to scrape across the side of the house, and you hear a very loud banging on the west side of the house, like around here. On the outside.
I stand up with the hatchet in hand.
Perfect. And Colette, like, kind of looks at the sound and starts, like, walking over to the rest of the group and starts standing behind you. And she says, "They're here. They're here." And
Wait.
as you kind of wait, you hear the sound start to go across the rest of the house and slowly work its way to the front door. Did you lock the door?
The door open.
Okay, perfect. You kick the door open and give me a
As
strength
soon as
check.
they're right in front of it, is when I kick the door open.
I'm gonna go back outside here.
Natural 20.
Oh my god! Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna go back outside.
One night only, y'all.
Oh my god.
My goodness. That is
You know,
beautiful.
I have never been on this side of like rolling. At least I can't remember.
Yeah, this is great.
I'm reveling in this right now.
He's not lying when he says that his rolls are pretty much always the worst. Like, they never work out for
It's always threes.
They work out for other people.
Oh yeah, sure.
When he's trying to help other people, but...
When it's for myself, no.
And you kick the door, and you see a very, very big goblin go flying backwards and onto the ground. And he lands directly on his ass. And he says, "What the hell is wrong with you? Let me inside, will ya? Let the big boss inside!"
I run at him and say die and swing at the hatchet.
I was just right to it, huh?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Fuck this guy.
And everybody roll for initiation.
8.
Oh my. Okay. I wish I was keeping track now. That's another nat 20.
Oh my god,
Or
let's
19.
go.
Keen, did you load Josh's dice when he wasn't watching?
I did. I said it. This is the night. This is the die.
Did you also load my dice, but in the opposite?
No! Somebody's got to take my fall. I'm sorry.
Alice, you said 19. Look down is 20. What was Temps?
8.
And Josh. Or sorry, wait. Pivot.
A 1.
Oh, good. Very good.
To be fair, if there was ever a character that you wanted to go last,
That's true. You kind of sit back and watch everything happen.
you get
That's
to be
my
the
job.
be the tactical genius of the team because it's clearly not going to be me.
All right, look down. Go ahead. You run up to him and you swing at him.
Yep.
Perfect. Go ahead and swing. See if you hit.
Oh, man. Okay, so I get a -2 because I'm using a weapon. Is it still +1 for Dex? Or is it strength?
This is a Dex weapon. Yep.
Okay. So then 15.
15 hits. Yes. Go ahead and roll for
shit.
damage.
How much does this hatchet do?
1d6.
Okay. Oh, fuck that die. 3.
3 damage.
+1 or plus anything?
Did you already add the +1 for the Dex?
To hit, yes, but not to damage.
Okay, no, it's just the 3 then. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
And you see him just kind of like is surprised to see just a human just kind of launch off the stairs and jump at him. Usually when he comes around here, everyone is petrified and just kind of holes up inside. So like this is like the bully like picking on the kid for like the bajillionth time, and then finally he comes to pick on him one day, and his older brother just kind of bursts out and beats the shit out of him. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is there any way I can roll an intimidation?
Yeah, sure.
That's a nat 1.
And
And everything was balanced.
Yeah, you go to like growl at him, but it's like this really like it doesn't feel natural to you for some reason. You're just like, oh wow, that was like really not good. And he kind of just like laughs to himself. He's like, ho, 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 ho. So the pussycat wants to come out and play, does he? And he is going to, let's see, whose turn is it? It's Alice's next.
I'm gonna say, when everyone was coming out of the house, or since we're still in the house, I wanted to sneak out the window, and then I want to go for a sneak attack.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Let's see. Let me open up your thing here quickly just to see how this all works.
Oh, damn it! I should have kicked the door open, ran around, jumped out the window.
Hold on.
The door open.
Give me one
Run
second.
past the door, jump in through the window,
No.
run out again.
Alright, let's see. So he actually has not seen you yet, so... Yes, okay, perfect. And you kind of go up next to him here. And go ahead and roll for your sneak attack. And actually just read what sneak attack says for everybody watching.
Sneak attack. If Alice has not been attacked this round, she can find cover and hide for a turn. On her following turn, she is granted a sneak attack on a target. Alice rolls a stealth check. Her damage to the target for the attack is based on the roll. 1 through 5 is -2, 6 through 10 is -1, 11 to 15 is +1, 16 to 19 is +2, and 20 or more +2, and total damage doubled.
So this is an automatic hit for you when you come to actually attack him. So you're just gonna, you're gonna add that modifier to your regular damage.
A 20.
Okay, perfect. All right, roll your holy shit. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, holy shit. It's 1d4 plus 1 double damage on sneak attack for your assassin's dagger. So you're gonna actually quadruple your damage altogether in the end. But roll a 1d4 for me.
A 3.
Okay, so 3 plus 1 plus the 2. So that's 6 altogether, and then quadrupled is 24.
Oh my god.
24 big damage just chunked out of this. Oh my god. Let's see. He is hurting.
I am back.
Give him the business.
Welcome back, Thames. Let's see, who's next here? Oh, let me put on some battle music. What am I doing? This is so brain dead of me.
I mean, to be fair, this ain't gonna be much of a battle.
I don't think so. I think this poor thing is... No, we're gonna go
I
for
ask him, like, right before, too. Or as my dagger's in him, I want to ask, why do you keep bothering this little girl in her little farm?
Because some girls deserve to cry.
That sounds terrible. That sounds so terrible.
Yeah,
did that
from
once
what
today.
from what you see, he's a very terrible person. He's gigantic. He seems like he kind of gets away with whatever he wants to. And it is actually Verte's turn. He is going to He is going to He is going to get up and try to run away. You both get an attack of opportunity on him. If you like.
Okay. I would like. 16. And yes, this is
16
still
hits,
a
yep.
hatchet. 6 damage, baby.
Okay, a big 6 damage chunked out of him. And Alice, go ahead and roll for a hit.
17?
17 hits. Yep. Go ahead and roll for damage. I'm so happy Alice finally got to use a
1.
sneak attack and murder people.
Just absolutely drop.
Jeez. He goes to run away this time, and you kind of just catch him by like his ear, and it kind of cuts off a little chunk of cartilage from his ear. And he is going to. It's a very, very strange phenomena which you're seeing. He falls prone to the ground, and in a very, very fast pace, starts just almost being dragged on the ground. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. He doubles his motion and just gets dragged on the ground into the forest.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Yeah. To the point where Colette like sees it and she just starts screaming. She thinks it's like the most terrifying thing she's ever seen in her life. And that is where we are going to end the combat there.
I thought you were about to say end the session. I was about to be so mad.
No, we'll go on a little bit further here.
I double my movement and catch up.
Perfect. What's your movement altogether here?
35. So
5. Okay. So you actually are kind of right on his tail. Look down. Very, very fast. You're like just behind him.
move again.
What would everybody else like to do? You try to follow after?
Yeah, I'm gonna chase after, close behind.
Perfect. You're probably just about here. I'm just going to guesstimate with these. Probably about here. Pivot, Thames.
I'm going to try to keep up. I can't really, but I'm going to try to not get lost.
Perfect. And Pivot.
Pivot's going to turn to Colette, go inside, lock the door. We'll deal with him. We'll be back eventually.
Window.
Oh, okay. Okay. And she...
Oh, and The window too.
Oh, right. Yeah, you guys, okay. Yep. Noted. she runs inside.
Alright, and then Pivid will keep pace with Thames.
Perfect.
And he will cast Birds of a Felllight to give him and Thames some light.
Beautiful. Very good. To give Pivot and Thames light. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. 3 birds are just kind of hovering around Pivot while one is sitting on Thames' shoulder.
And light on. Perfect. Gives you some nice vision. Alice, it's a little bit dark for you, but you do see the light kind of just behind you, guiding you forward. Look down. This is your absolute forte. You can see every little bit of what's going on right now. And
time to shine.
You open up into. I've been waiting for this.
Oh.
You run through the forest, and it opens up.
Easy.
What is he doing here? I changed the tokens. What are you doing here? I saved the map. I'm terrified. Max is sentient.
Max
So
is gonna
scary.
from now on until the end of the season, he's just gonna keep showing up no matter what.
I'll
You need to make
be
that part of
there.
this class.
He just never leaves anybody the fuck alone.
That's what happens when he loses a bet. Is he's got to go into the forest.
All right, perfect. Look down. You are directly behind him. It's probably about like this. Oops. Please. There we go. And as you kind of reach the opening, I'm gonna get rid of this boy here. He runs to a tree and kind of makes a dead stop and sits down on the ground with his knee, like on his knees, and like spins around to you and says, "Please, please, please! I'm sorry! Don't hurt me!"
I just stare at him and read his aura.
You read his aura, look down, and you see nothing. But you do see a small tendril-like string of aura going from his back and leading to behind the tree.
Does the tree have an aura?
Not that you can see, no. Please, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I was looking for my men.
They're dead.
And you say that to him, and he smiles. And you guys start to catch up here. And he says, "I already know that." And as he says that,
I just look confused at him.
You see a very, very large plant-like species walk from behind the tree, and you see that the tendrils are connected to her, and as she kind of moves, so does he. And she says, yeah, everybody else is caught up now by this point. And she says, "It's finally good to see you face to face. Thank you for everything that you have done."
Thank you.
I assume that I should probably formally introduce myself. I am Belle Verlight, the modern owner of Verlight Gardens. I overwatch everything here. And she kind of reaches her arm, her left arm, out to the side, and you see Colette slowly but surely start to walk out of the trees.
I sneeze.
You sneeze.
Yeah, so I just sneeze.
Do I see the same tendrils coming from her?
Yes. But you do see an aura, a very faint aura, coming from Colette. She says, I welcome you to Verlight Gardens. I did not want to see you and meet you this way. I see that you are traveling with the Prince of Pitovia. I once saw him and thought he was a very good man. So I trusted you and did not want to hurt you, but I also did what I must in order to survive, in order to keep Verlight safe, and in order to save Colette. And she turns to Colette and looks back at you and says, when Colette was speaking to you, she could see you and she could hear you and understand you, but her words were also mine. And you hear her kind of mimic what she was saying.
That was trippy. Can I approach Colette?
Yeah.
I just walk up to her. I don't say anything.
You walk up to Colette and she says, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to trick you. I was so scared. I don't have much time left, I think. And she looks to the party once more and says, I suppose I owe you all an explanation as to what is happening and the current state of things. You see, and she turns to the tree and she says, this is a sorrow root tree, and it is the only way that I can save Colette. Colette, I've known her for a very long time. Her and her grandfather took care of me. They nurtured me. They made sure I was always safe. And now I am doing the same for them. I was never supposed to make it this far. I was supposed to be the weak child among the bunch. And she kind of like looks down at her hands and Pivot, from what you know of kind of Herbaceans and their species in general, usually they're very, very healthy looking plant-like creatures. When you look at Belle, you can see that it seems like her growth was kind of stunted. Her leaves are kind of more pale than what a normal Herbacean would be like. And she seems a bit more fragile, a bit more frail.
Mm. You were born stunted, no?
Ah, a good eye on you. Yes, I was originally grown up amongst other Herbaceans. You see, Herbaceans, they grow from the earth. We all start off as seeds, and in Herbacean society, the birthright of a Herbacean is dependent on where they are grown and how they fare in that environment. I was given a very easy environment to grow up in, and I still did not manage to grow very well. And I was not even considered to be. And she kind of like starts to stumble over her words a little bit, and just you can see that it really, really bothers her. My family, they left me. I was not growing fast enough, and I was not proving myself as a seedling. So they did not even eat me. They just left. And I'd been alone for so long, just traveling Petovia, and just never could find anyone who would ever take care of me or even have me. I tried to get other jobs, and nobody wanted me. They were all terrified of me. Until I came to Verlight with my puppet, and I watched Colette and her grandfather from the woods. They would always play out in the yard. They always seemed so happy. And one day, Rudolph noticed me, and instead of kicking me out of the gardens, he said that I could stay here as long as I stick to the forest. But one day, a man by the name of Barrett found out that I was in the forest and I was scaring away tourists. And he told Rudolph that I needed to go. And Rudolph, instead of doing the smart thing and getting rid of me and leaving me alone like everybody else had done thus far, said that I should work at Verlight instead. And so I did. I began working at Verlight. I planted the Vervosa tree that is out in the field there. I know that you saw it. And I entertained the tourists and the children that came through. And I took care of the lawn, and I made sure the landscape looked nice because Rudolph was getting older in years and Colette was not able to take care of the yard yet. Everything seemed pretty good until one more time Barrett came, and he fired Rudolph. And I know he did. He poisoned Colette. A very, very effective poison. Very rare, very expensive. And Colette began dying. Rudolph had no money to his name and no house to call his own. He was going to be kicked out. Until one day I was in the forest and I heard a voice inside my head. It was warm and it was welcoming. It showed me what life could be like. A happy family with me and Colette and Rudolph all around the dinner table laughing. I wanted it so badly. And so I let it in. And I became something I hated. And this sorrow root tree grew from the soil, and the only way the sorrow root tree grows is and she kind of looks over at Verte, and you can see that he is she drops kind of her control over him, and his body flops down to the ground. Blood and life essence. I'm a monster. The voices will leave my head, and they tell me that I should do what I have to do to save Colette. And of course I did that. And I found a way to save her, and I approached Rudolph with the idea, but he seemed horribly against it. He took one look at me and was mortified. And that is when the Phaled beetle started growing from my body.
They grew from my body and they attacked Colette and put her in a stasis. The poison would not reach her, but she could still see everything that was going on. She had no need to eat, no need to drink. And I could take care of her until the tree grew. I went to Rudolph and told him this. And he was ashamed. He said that I should not tamper with things. I hated him at that moment. I went into Colette's room. She was playing with her toys. And the beetles were quick. They latched a hold of her and bit her. She tried to claw her way away as my tendrils took control of her body. But she was not able to reach the escape hatch. And I, for a while, left and did not show myself. Colette I walked around the house with, and it was as if life was normal and as is. But Rudolph knew something was wrong. That it was not normal, that she was okay. And no matter how I tried to talk and speak and act like her, I was not his granddaughter. And that's when the attacks started happening. Men started showing up at the house and banging on the windows and doors. And I hid with Colette every single time. But one day, they came at a most unfortunate time. And Rudolph said for me to take care of young Colette and to take care of both of his granddaughters. And that's what I'm going to do. They took Rudolph away, and I never saw him again. Never could thank him for everything that he had done for me. The only thing I could do, the only thing that I had left, was to protect Verlight and his granddaughters.
And now what will you do?
After you killed those goblins inside the maze, the ones who came to pillage and raise the world and watch it burn as it is in rubble. After you took care of them, I finally had enough blood for the sorrow root tree. The voice inside my head told me that if I had to, that I had to take care of you too. I'm sorry. But I do have enough blood. And I can provide for Colette now.
And as she starts to go up to the tree to reach into the water for the roots, she feels a tug at one of the tendrils leading to Colette. And a single tear falls from Colette's eyes as she tugs at the tendril leading to her body. And Belle turns around and says, "Colette, it's the only way. I'm sorry. You need to let me save you." And Colette just starts tearing up more and more and sniffling. And she says, No, not like this. You can't play God. If this was the way it was meant to be, then so be it. And she looks down to look down and sees the hatchet. And she points to it.
I lift up the hatchet and I just say, defend home.
And Colette kind of loses control of the tendril, and Belle walks her over to you, and she grabs the hatchet and puts it in her back pocket. And Belle looks at all of you and says, "Thank you for understanding." And she reaches inside the water and molds her hands in and starts grabbing the roots of the sorrow tree. And she walks back over to Colette and kind of squeezes the roots, and this very rich blood-like substance drips from the sorrow root tree and into Colette's mouth, and she lets go of Colette, and she kind of sits and falls to the ground and looks at the rest of the party. For a moment, Belle is looking over Colette to make sure that the antidote actually took, and it seems that it did.
I say watching your aura, it doesn't change any.
Her aura actually becomes much more lively, a very vibrant green. You can see that the life is kind of returning to her body, and that the Phalid beetle's effect is kind of wearing off on her, and she's slowly but surely gaining control of her limbs again and her digits. It seems like they've been numb for a very, very long time, but she seems to be fine.
And there's no tendril coming off of her right now?
No.
How feel?
I feel... I don't know what to feel anymore.
And Belle walks over to her and hugs her and kind of burrows her head into Colette's shoulder and says,
I know it's going to be hard, but we'll take care of Verlight together.
I like to look at the tree again. Did I notice any big change out of it since it's...
Since it's been, since some of the extract from the sorrow root has been taken out. It seems like some of the blossoms are starting to die down a little bit on the tree. And, just roll like a general observation.
So, I don't know if anybody's believing me at this point. That's another nat 20.
You look at the sorrow root tree.
23.
The blossoms are all kind of dying off the tree again. And from what you can kind of understand about how this tree probably works, is that it needs more blood to be able to produce enough extract for another root again.
Keen.
Yes.
Would I know anything about sorrow root trees?
Sure. You've definitely... This is a very well-known tree in especially Patovia, but it's not very talked about because a lot of people really think it's very unethical. It's kind of well known that the richer the blood and the hardier the spirit, it fills up the necessary requirements for the sorrow root tree's extracts much faster. So, like, regular animals, sheep, cow, it really doesn't do much for the sorrow tree. The way it really, really grows is through sentient creatures, usually.
Would I have an estimate of how many it would take for such an extract to be gained?
Go ahead and roll a nature check.
Okay. As a 17.
Yeah, it's been a lot of bodies, a lot of creatures. She's been here for, as you can kind of track in your mind, she's been here for at least like 50 years doing this. It's been probably kind of few and far between that she actually gets visitors, but it seems that she's taken a lot of lives.
Gotcha.
And Belle kind of turns again once more to the rest of the party and says,
I heard you were here for supplies. To thank you, I will give you as much as you need. You can take everything. We can grow Verlight once more. We can harvest and take care of it together. So take as much supply as you need.
Tim has a disgusted look on his face.
Did I say something that offends you, Turdiad?
I'm going to revisit this later, perhaps. But I can take no part in sentient lives being fucking harvested. The fuck's wrong with you? And walk away.
And like kind of as you're walking away, she tries to say something to you, but you won't hear it. You keep walking. Alice,
just...
Oh, sorry, go ahead, yep.
Nah, actually, I can go ahead with Alice. I'll formulate a bit more.
Alice, how do you kind of feel about the whole situation? Do you say anything to her?
No, I was just gonna say I was just not gonna say anything and then follow Thames.
Perfect. Look down. What about you?
I probably just linger, staring at the tree. All this is a bit, not necessarily much, but confusing.
Yeah.
I just kind of stare at the tree for a while. I don't leave right away, but
And
Yes, what can I do for you?
how would you harvest these people?
Oh, well, I'm sorry to say that, sometimes I don't have full control over my body. So when anyone came, I tried to lure them here. Colette has seen too much, but it was the only way. All the other creatures that came here were terrifying, non-welcoming, monsters even. Sometimes there were refugees though, and I sometimes had to lure them to the forest with the same story, and I did what I had to.
That you had to, or that you wanted to?
It was the only way to save her.
Do you think she wanted to be saved like this? Do you think Rudolph would have wanted it like this?
Rudolph would have never wanted this. And for what it is worth, I did not want it either.
Yet you did it.
And as you kind of pick her brain more and more, you can see that she is like getting increasingly twitchy and uncomfortable, and she starts kind of whispering to herself, and like looking around kind of frantically, and just
Am I close enough to hear the whispers? If it's anything coherent?
Go ahead and roll an observation, just because it is whispers. You're close enough, but I feel like you.
Not at 20, but it's the 8th 18 I've rolled so far, so 21.
So you do end up hearing kind of what she's whispering about. She's kind of frantically looking around and saying,
No, they helped me. I would never hurt them. I did not mean to. I did not want to hurt any of the others. I just... Leave me alone.
Vivid.
Yes, look down.
I look down.
What is it you wanted to say?
This tree. What if we cut it?
And Belle like snaps kind of her neck to you and says, "Do not cut that tree!" And a very like dark kind of almost demonic sounding voice in undertone kind of comes from her mouth, and you see Verte starts to get lifted up by the shoulders and look at you, and as well as several goblins that you got rid of are creeping out from the confines of the forest and kind of surrounding you and looking at you. She says, "Do not touch that tree." And Colette, very terrified, runs up to Belle, because she's never seen her like this, and starts shaking her and says, "Stop it! Stop it! Let them do it! You're going insane, Belle! This isn't you!" And as kind of Colette says this to her, she starts to breathe a little bit more normally and starts to calm down a little bit. And you see the bright tendrils that were kind of swarming in and around you and everywhere look down. They start to fade a little bit, and the bodies once again kind of drop to the ground. She says, "Fine. Do it."
Without any expression change, I put one hand back towards Colette and then put the other hand towards the tree.
You want
in an open manner.
me to do it?
Or I can. But that axe defended home.
Okay.
Free it.
Huh. You're right. This all happens. And Belle did her best to take care of me, even though there's something wrong with her. Even though she's not the way she used to be, she still loves me and she still loves this place. And I owe it to Verlight Gardens. And I owe it to Belle. And I owe it to my grandfather to restore this place to the way it used to be. And this tree never used to be here. And she runs up to the tree and starts hacking at it.
And as
And
she
body block if anybody tries to do anything.
surprisingly enough, no. As she starts hacking at the tree, you see leaves start to fall from Belle. And the old leaves that were kind of once covering her body are being kind of restored to new, brighter, greener leaves. And the flower that's growing on her head starts to become more vibrant. And just a dark aura starts to kind of leave the rest of her body. And as Colette is kind of, just whacking away at the tree for what seems like it has to be, at least 10 minutes, Belle kind of drops to the ground, and the tree starts to lose all its color. The tree itself starts to lose its color. And Belle looks better than you've kind of ever seen her. And she's very frail and fragile. Probably about 3 foot in height. Very skinny Herbition that seems to have been kind of stunted all her life. And Colette sees her and runs over to her and says, Belle, it's you. It's you. I'm sorry, Belle. I'm sorry. But you're home. You're finally okay. And, Belle looks at Colette once more. And she says, thank you. I'm so sorry. I did not mean for it to... And as she says that, her head drops down to the ground. And so too does all the aura and all the tendrils that were linking to the bodies. And they also go limp. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
You son of a bitch.
He does it again.
He does it again.
Can't keep getting away with it. You can't keep getting away with it.
Thank you very much for joining me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give a quick outro. I'll be right back. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. I was really, really excited to get to the climax and finale of Verlight Gardens. And I'm so happy with how the party kind of found things out slowly but surely. It was that like small detective work that they did along the way that made everything just that much more satisfying and beautiful. So I will see you all tomorrow. Next week is actually spoilers, a little bit of spoiler alert. Next week is going to be a Marth's Dungeon episode. So we are going to have 4 streamers that I have to go look for. I have a couple streamers in mind, but if anybody knows anybody and or would like to join, you guys are more than welcome to. Yes, and the last but not least, the Patreon. The most direct way that you guys can kind of support us is through the Patreon. Me and Tori, who have been working very, very hard in the project. Each and every single week, we put in a lot of just effort to make it as good as it can possibly be. And I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying it as much as you are, and that you guys are so, like, just attentive in watching it. It makes me very, very happy. The response has been so beautiful and very satisfying for me personally. And so the best way you can definitely support us is through the Patreon monthly. You have access when you are sub to the Patreon of exclusive streams for map building and music making. As well as every single time a video uploads from the VODs for the streams, we're going to do a watch party together to watch it all together in the Discord. If you are a $20 subscriber, you also are going to be getting a t-shirt. March Dungeon t-shirt. Tori's working on the design right now, actually. It's taken a really, really long time for me to get the t-shirt out to you guys, and I'm really sorry about that. But finally, I have actually had the idea to let Tori kind of make the design for it. And it's going to also have on the back your Discord name, or kind of what you want your display name to be on the back. So thank you again to everybody who watched, and I hope you all have a lovely, lovely rest of your evening. And let's go find somebody to raid. You told me no, that's not your fault, Tori. That's my fault. It's been a while since I kind of set that up as the reward, and I had a design that I originally made, and it didn't work with the shirts, so I had to figure something else out. So that's not your fault, and that's not me saying it's your fault. I'm sorry. I don't abuse my workers. I swear. All right, we're gonna go raid. Let's go raid. Camillo. Holy moly, I haven't seen him stream in so long. Let's go give him some love. All right, the VOD will be up tomorrow, and we will be watching the VOD in the Discord channel with all the Patreons tomorrow as well. So if you guys want to watch it together with me, then you are more than welcome to. Thank you for joining me, and as always, my friends, stay beautiful. Take care, Dungeoneers.